We're going to take a look at calculating daily fluid maintenance for pediatric patients. We need to make sure that our pediatric patients stay hydrated, and the amount of fluid that we give them is based on their body weight. So let's take a look at our first patient, and we are told that the child weighs 200 grams. We do need to convert that to kilograms because when you look up here, you're told that the amount of fluid, the volume, is based on kilograms. So we do need to convert to kilograms. We know that 2,000 grams is equal to 2 kilograms, so that's what we're working with. And we come up here, and it's broken into 3 tiers. The first one, you're looking at if they have up to 10 kilograms of body weight. And our patient does have only up to 10 kilograms. If you take the patient's body weight and you subtract 10 from it, if you come up with a positive number, then you know you go to tier 2. But this one, we come up with a negative number, so we stop at tier 1. There's no reason to keep going. Our patient weighs under 10 kilograms. So to calculate how much volume this patient should receive each day, because this is 100 milliliters per kilogram per day. So we take the patient's weight is 2 kilograms, multiply it by 100 milliliters, and we get an answer of 200 milliliters per day. That is how much fluid this patient should get for fluid maintenance. So that's our volume, 200 milliliters. But then we also need to calculate the rate. Because we are giving 200 milliliters per day, let's think about this. Our day is 24 hours. So we use our calculation that we learned before to calculate milliliters per hour when we're given a total fluid volume and a total number of hours. And that was to just take the total volume of fluid, which is 200 milliliters in this case, divide it by the total number of hours, which is 24, because there are 24 hours in a day. When you divide 200 by 24, you get an answer of 8.333333 repeating. Now with pediatrics, you do want to be more precise with your volume of fluid. So we do round these to the nearest tenth, and you will have 8.3 milliliters per hour. And that would be your answer for the rate. Now let's take a look at what would happen if the patient weighed a little bit more. Our next patient weighs 12 kilograms. So here's our 10. We know the patient weighs more than 10 because we take the patient's weight, 12, subtract 10, and we're left with a positive number 2. All right, but our number that we're left with is not still greater than 10, which means we've made it through the first tier and we get into the second tier. So let's deal with our first tier. We have 100 milliliters per kilogram per day for the first 10 kilograms. And our patient does weigh more than that first 10. So we would take our 100 milliliters and multiply it by the 10 kilograms. And that gives us 1,000. And my zeros are a little off on this, sorry. Then I still have 2 kilograms left over. So I'm going to go into the second tier. And this one tells me that it is 50 milliliters per kilogram per day. So I'm going to take a look at that one, and I have 50 mLs. And I have 2 kilograms left of my patient's weight. That gives me an additional 100 milliliters. So my total is 1,100 milliliters for the day for this particular patient weighing 12 kilograms. So I'm going to go ahead and write that under my volume, 1,100 milliliters. Now I need to know my rate. Again, I'm going to take that 1,100 milliliters and I'm going to divide it by 24 because this is milliliters per kilogram per day, and there's 24 hours in a day. So I get 45.83333. Divided by 24 is 45.8 and a whole lot of threes. So again, we're going to round to the nearest tenth. I want to be precise with pediatric patients. So that is going to be 45.8 milliliters per hour. Let's take a look at what happens when our patient weighs a little bit more. All right, hold on one second. Let's say our patient weighs 26 kilograms. So we take our 26, we subtract 10, we still have 16. So that means we're completed the first year. We subtract another 10 because 16 is still more than 10 and I'm left with 6. So I do all 10 kilograms in my first year, all 10 kilograms in my second tier, and I still have 6 kilograms left over. So let's take a look at that. I take my first one. I have 100 milliliters times 10 kilograms gives me 1,000. Then my next one, I have 50 milliliters times my 10 kilograms is equal to 500 milliliters. Then I still have 6 kilograms left over, which for everything above 20 kilograms of weight, we do 20 milliliters per kilogram per day. So that is 20 milliliters times the remaining 6 kilograms is 120 milliliters. I'm going to total that up, and that gives me 1,620 milliliters is my total volume for the day. Oops. 1,620 milliliters. And again, this is for the entire day. So the rate I need to figure out per hour. So I'm going to take my 1,620 milliliters. I'm going to divide it by 24 hours in a day, and I get 67.5. And again, I'm going to leave that rounded to the nearest tenth because it's a pediatric patient. So it's 67.5 milliliters per hour.